Hello Virgo, and welcome to your May reading. I hope that you're doing well, and as you know, we're just getting out of a retrograde cycle. Hopefully, if you listened to my video last month, you'll know that retrograde is not something to be feared. Beautiful things can happen during a retrograde. I actually got a small dog, which he may make an appearance here. He's in the background somewhere. But sometimes things that you were either not allowed to have or denied or missed opportunities have a way of coming full circle for you. So for this month, focus on those opportunities of basically something that you may have forgotten, or a mixed blessing, or a missed blessing, maybe I should say, and that's really what the retrograde is going to provide for you. Your channeled information this month is a little bit different though. It's about being consistent. So this is oftentimes when we're in a retrograde, we might be in a different state of mind, a little bit fatigued, a little bit stressed, a little out of sorts. This card is basically saying don't give up when it comes to your work ethic, the consistency that you give in relationships of being dependable, of being loving. Stay your own individual course so that you're not taken off the beautiful path that you've already sort of created for yourself. So basically rising above any of the stress that's in your life, remembering that things are just about to get better once we get around this retrograde. So let's go ahead and shuffle the cards. Take a look and see what roadblocks and what opportunities are coming through for this month. For those of you that are new, I like to split my reading into 3 parts. I start with channeled information, and then I go into a Celtic cross plus an extra card that I pull there, and then I expand it out to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. You know what? That is volunteering. Actually, it looks really great for you so far. I don't want to jinx it, but let's look at everything. A little bit of fear, but a lot of opportunity for you this month. I'm really, I'm very encouraged by what I see. All right, let's look at your catalyst. And the catalyst card is really how you pull all of these things together. It's both the web that holds things together, and it's also that creative force that basically starts off the action of the month. So for you, we have Hart Awakening, and this has to do not only with love, but passion. And the words on this say, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. So one thing that I've been really trying to help everybody with this month is to create a balance. I've seen a few Two of Pentacles popping up, which usually is showing balancing of resources. You didn't get that, but you got it in your catalyst card. So make sure that you're not doing all the giving, that also sometimes you're just sort of open to receiving as well. So this is very, very, very important this month so that you can, how can I put this? You can stay charged up, recharged basically, and have the energy to do everything that you need to. So your central card is the Queen of Cups in reverse, and this usually has to do with heightened emotions. And right over top of the Queen of Cups in reverse, we have the Nine of Wands, or the Nine of Staves here. I usually see this as being qualified. This also has the word strength on it, showing that you are absolutely able to take on any of the emotional challenges that might be coming through this month. But you want to be smart about it. You don't want to get defensive, because this is 1 away from an 8. The 8 of Wands sometimes can have a tendency to hide behind work. I feel like you've come beyond that, and you're ready now for the next step. So don't let your emotions get in the way of an otherwise good start to the month. When I look at the work that you did last month, and originally this card was going to be the center one, but the Nine of Wands sort of like flew out. You've done great work. We have 3 of Wands, which is about actually starting to see a return on your dreams, your efforts, your energies. So I want you, that's why the consistency card came through, the message came through for you, which was don't give up. You've started a very good course of action. See it through. When I'm looking at your, what's affecting you as you begin May, we have the 8 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Pentacles is a great chance for you to sort of throw yourself into a new study. Some of you may have just taken on a new job, or have decided to basically lose yourself in like some sort of an endeavor that you love, reading a book, getting a certification, deciding to take on some sort of a hobby that's new to you. But I'd like for you to somehow expand your knowledge this month. Money is okay. The Eight of Pentacles is actually showing that if you're investing or shifting the investments a little bit, there is a return. Be careful during the first week and a half as you're in a retrograde, but the rest of the month you can start to look into that. But basically this is a card that's saying don't be afraid to do something that will better yourself. It's going to pay off. As we look at your crowning card, we have the Seven of Wands, which this says it's about courage. I would also say there's a general note here saying that you have what it takes to do what you need to do, much as we saw the Seven of Wands in the center. But this one has one added undercurrent, which is be open to group activities or to alternative methods or other people's input. And if somebody has something to say to you that may sound critical, just say thank you for your feedback. This card is always one where you want to be careful about being defensive or shutting off what could be a very helpful bit of information. Sometimes we think we know what's best, but the divine hand and tongue works through many people, so you might be getting feedback that is really for your best interest, but if you close it off, you'll lose something. So you don't have to agree with it, just say, thanks, I'll take it under consideration. One common thread this month is a lot of people are feeling either detoxing elements in their health. So you could have like a runny nose, a sore throat, headache, something going through where it's a very low level, a low grade cold. Know that this is some sort of a clearing for you, that you will work through it. Of course, if it's more serious, you should see a doctor. But if it's just something like seasonal allergies, sore throat, or something where you're just having some aches and pains, a lot of times as we're starting to clear our chakras and our subtle bodies, it has a way of exiting through our physical body. So around the second and third weeks of the month, the middle of the month, is when you might feel some sort of a detoxification or a clearing. Let me pull the camera down so you can see the arrangement of the cards. What I love here is your ego position. We have the High Priestess. She is reversed, which is saying two things. One, don't discount your intuition. If you get a dream, a clairvoyant flash, some sort of clairaudient information, listen to it. Much in the same way that I'm saying listen to other people, you need to listen to yourself. The other thing is be wary of anyone in your life that may manifest themselves as the High Priestess in reverse. You'll notice that this is associated, this whole deck is associated with King Arthur, so we have Morgana. So Morgana was a very smart, intelligent person, but she was also a little bit tricky and cunning. So you want to be careful of someone in your life that can be manipulative, okay? And you yourself need to temper your own manipulative tendencies. There's nothing wrong with being able to navigate and using your intuition to make good decisions, or intuiting what other people are thinking and trying to make the best of it. But when you use your intuition, or if there's someone in your life that uses their own skills to sort of knowingly hurt or manipulate things in a way that would remind you of something in a soap opera, that's not good. So be careful of manipulative people in your life, temper your own tendencies as well. When we're looking at environmental input, what I'm getting here with the Eight of Swords, really focusing on the release of this. So there is some pain, there is some fear that's coming through. For some of you, this could be, again, stress headaches or nightmares or things like that. It's a release. It's not something that you need to keep feeling or keep focusing on. Allow it to come, process it, journal it, think about it, and then move on. And that's really what a lot of what comes through our dreams is for. Sometimes I've, friends or family members that will just sit and really focus too much. I'm like, that was a message. You take the message, you integrate it, and you can move on from it. Okay, so money is actually going to be in a good place towards the third week of the month. Either you're going to feel comfortable with where you're at finally, or you're going to have a better understanding of what you need to do. Basically, whenever I see the Knight of Pentacles, it's showing me something new coming in, or the ability to move forward. So if you felt like you were stuck, this is really the only money card aside from the Eight of Pentacles. Both of them are good. I feel like your sign is poised to do well this month if you make wise decisions. The outcome card, however, shows a little bit of stress after the retrograde hits. We have the Nine of Swords here, which is a card of feeling like you don't know what to do, you don't know what's coming. Sometimes things hit you by surprise, come unexpectedly. So what I'd like you to do is in that moment acknowledge that there's more fear than reality to what's happening. So if you can sort of take a deep breath and think, all right, I understand, and a lot of this has to do with maybe trying to protect your heart, being afraid of being hurt again. Open yourself up. It's much better to take a chance than not to not to experience love at all, or not to experience the opportunity that might be in front of you. Risk, failure, all of that discomfort that comes along with taking a different path, that's important to growth. So acknowledge that it's real, but don't exist too long within the state of fear or discomfort. Let's expand your forecast now, and we'll begin with your health card, which I always see as mind, body, and spirit. Your message for health this month is persistence, which is not too different than consistency. So I want you to persevere on health matters. This may mean you're ready to turn a new corner when it comes to your physical activity. Maybe you've decided to take up swimming, jogging, running, or yoga or Pilates, something like that. I want you to set out a schedule and agree that at least for 4 weeks, you're going to try to do it consistently. So like once or twice a week, every week for 4 weeks. Give yourself that goal and stick with it no matter what. You're going to see an opening happening within you. And it may also trigger your intuition. You'll notice that with, I think this is Lu, but with this particular god, it is about third eye awakening, and it's also very solar based, at least in the illustration here, deity. So I want you to focus on, you can't see, solar plexus and third eye activities. So Pilates, doing any sort of sit-ups or activating of the core is going to be very good for you. And then allowing ample time for sleep and meditation to help open up the third eye. And really we want to connect the two, especially when you're speaking. And that's going to be your power. Using your intuition, using your strength. These are very good speakers when they can do that. So there you go for health. Focusing on, since this the illustration was showing a third eye opening, for some of you that might be feeling headaches or any sort of jaw or cranial issues, you want to get that sorted out this month. But meditation and exercise can be a way to eliminate some of that. Okay, so let's take a look now at your wealth, which spills over into career and relationships as well, but let's take a look. For wealth this month, going beyond normal, I believe it says, yes. So this is about thinking of unconventional ways to go after what you want. If you are trying to be noticed, trying to step out of the crowd, basically. This is about perhaps you're creating a website with a really unique sort of design, or your business cards need to have a little bit of a, maybe you hire someone to create something handcrafted in them. And if you go for an interview, really doing your homework to make sure that you know how to stand out from the crowd. This is about not being a wallflower this month with wealth. So if you're at school, the same thing. Raise your hand and participate. So you want to stand out, not like a sore thumb, but more like, I'm here, I'm participating. Don't forget that I'm an active member of this experience. So basically, don't blend in. That's the message for succeeding in work, in school, and in business. So let's now take a look at, we looked at health, wealth. Let's look at your love card for this month. Love includes not only romantic relationships, but intimate relationships, family, and friends. Let's see, it's this card here. And it says, I love this card actually because it's just stating the importance of expressing love with others. So you may be very, very busy in your day job or school or whatever, and you neglect to say, I love you. And only say it if you mean it. And if you can't say it, express it. Do something for someone else, showing that you love them, and maybe try to find a way to say I love you. Because those 3 words are like the ultimate act of kindness when said with love and authenticity that you can give to someone. So we often get this from like a baby, a pet, a small child. You know, they'll just come up and say, I love you. And then they'll run around and make a mess. But it's great if as adults we can kind of forget the mess part and just say, you know what, I really appreciate what you did today. That's a different way of saying I love you. or just say, I'm so glad you're my friend. You can throw someone way off kilter. They're like, oh my God, well, thank you, I guess. I don't know. Like, it'll change their energy. So try to say that, and in a way that makes sense for you, and see what happens. I'd love to hear. And finally, let's look at your destiny card, which is showing your trajectory, where you're headed. It's something that you can change if you're not completely satisfied. I always like to remind folks of that. Your destiny card is, it's interesting because we got 2 Morgans. Anyway, your destiny card is saying that you are a magical and a magical being that's capable of manifesting whatever you'd like to. So you don't need to have superhuman powers. You just have to believe in yourself. And Morgana, whatever, believed in herself. I want you to believe that you can go after whatever it is that you want. Maybe you've never had someone in your life say you can do it. I'm going to say 2 things to you. 1, thank you for coming here every month. I love you. I really do. I appreciate all of you that come here. So you get that unconditional love from me. And then I also want to say, whatever it is you want to do in your life, you have my encouragement and my support. Even if your parents, your friends, whoever else doesn't support you, I encourage you to go after what you want. And I'm telling you, you are unique, you are magical, and you are capable of manifesting what you would like. But you have to believe in yourself. If you can't believe in yourself, it's very difficult for others in your life to see that potential. So as you meditate this month, I want you, I mean, she came up twice. If you want to use Morgana, whatever, as one of your influences or inspirations, that's fine. If you want to use Merlin, if you want to just see yourself as a beautiful, resplendent, magical being, do that. But I want you to see the energy around you. I want you to feel the magnetism that you have, that ability to pull in. I want you to see your aura as golden, bright, and attractive. And use that every single day in your meditation to, and feel like every day, maybe your aura starts out here, then it goes here, and then before you know it, it's outstretching beyond any sort of your wildest expectations or imagination. So see yourself growing in magic and growing in potential. Don't, however, use that for any sort of unsavory or malicious things. This is about helping yourself, helping others by being brighter, by being kinder and more resplendent. Okay? So let's summarize everything. Your channeled information was to be consistent, and once I saw the cards, it made sense because you've set out a really good goal already and done some hard work in laying the groundwork in being successful. So don't give up. And then as we look at your catalyst card, it's about a heart awakening, believing in yourself, and loving others in your life, and that also ties up to your message about love, which is to say I love you. And maybe you say those words, I should have said this the first time, to yourself. Like, whether it's looking in the mirror or just turning your eyes inward and saying, I love myself. Or saying the words, I love you, to yourself, if you can't do that to anybody else yet. So as we look at the cards, emotions running high at the beginning, but realizing that you're experienced enough to deal with that. Trying to stay open, not defensive, listening to other people's feedback, realizing that God speaks through many people, and you might be getting feedback from another person that is meant to push you in the right direction. Paying attention to your physical health, knowing that there's going to be a detox around the middle to end of the month. Money situations are looking good. Just keep a handle on it. Try not to, this month, make any unnecessary purchases. You are magical, and you're going to start to receive intuition and information this month. Use it wisely and use it for the highest good. Again, any sort of pain in your body, I want you to see that as a release and work through it. You have a couple of waves of this, 2 to 3 waves, 1 that's physical, 2 that are emotional or mental. So move through those 2 to 3 waves and know that they are not going to be a permanent situation. Be consistent and persist. Perseverance is what's basically coming through with this. If you're feeling any sort of headaches, meditation is going to help with that. Stand out when you're at work, at school, or even in your home. Show people that you are worth paying attention to. This is not saying to act up, it's saying participate. When we're looking at love, again, loving yourself, loving others, expressing it. Your potential is unlimited if you believe that it's unlimited. The only boxes, the only boundaries are those that you create for yourself. So think about that this month. I hope this was helpful for you. I think there were some very powerful messages, particularly in your own personal power and your ability to manifest. So one thing that I'd like you to try with that is to, if you don't have a vision board, you can use your refrigerator. I want you to put something on the refrigerator that you want to see happen, an image of something in your life, whether it's a vacation, whether it's an A+ on a test, or whatever. Put some sort of an image or word that's going to equate to that manifestation. Better yet, put them both, because words and images are more powerful together. And start to work on that as a test to see how your magic can work. Okay? If you'd ever like to do a one-on-one reading, I do offer those, and I'll put a link at the end of the video. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do that as well, but it's optional. The best way to stay in touch with me is to subscribe to this channel, and there's a little button there on the video. You can also join my email list, and I'm very considerate about that. You really only get one per month unless there's something newsworthy, so I respect your privacy. You can join me also on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter if you'd like. Otherwise, I want to just express gratitude, heartfelt gratitude, that you allow me to spend time with you every month for a good almost 20 minutes to 30 minutes each month. So I hope you got the information, the guidance that you needed. I wish you the best and the most success that you can achieve this month. Much love, much kindness towards you. Satnam. Goodbye.